Hey, what is going on, pros and PROesses? It's KMJHS123 and welcome to another COD 4 sit-down commentary topic talk video. Again, letting our COD 4 gameplay play in the background. The final score is 52-12, so a very decent score. Whacking out the old M16, you can't go wrong. So, today's topic is, should we legalise cannabis, weed / hemp oil? Now, first things first, obviously in certain countries, for example Amsterdam, obviously it's legal over there. Both forms, medical and, smoking form. And obviously in certain states in America, obviously it's legal in medical form as well. So the commentary will just be just a general thing. Like, should be legalised everywhere. For example, cigarettes, alcohol is legalised everywhere. Again, apart from a few countries in the East, but generally, in the Western world, it's legalised everywhere. So that's what I'm going to be, basing it upon. So there is obviously a lot of points to and for, cannabis. And when I mean cannabis, I'll talk about two separate points. I'll talk about the medical hemp oil, and then I'll talk about, physically smoking it. So first things first. So first things first, like I said, first question is, why isn't it legal yet? Well, obviously there's a couple of things. Obviously there hasn't been enough trials and long enough studies done yet where we all, where we've been smoking tobacco and drinking alcohol for a long time. So we pretty much know it inside out. We know what it does, we know how it affects us, we know limits of it. It's been researched, it's been product, it's been marketized. So obviously cannabis has got to come all that way before it's even thought to be legalized. Like the smoking form, for example. Now, we all know that, everyone says, cannabis, is bad, bad for you, it's bad for you. Well, no, it's not really that bad, depending on how you do it. It hasn't actually killed someone. It never has actually killed someone in all its history, which is surprising. But whereas tobacco is illegal, yet that kills, that kills people every day. That causes loads of problems. Cannabis is far less potent than tobacco. Alcohol is illegal. Yeah, alcohol causes so many problems. There's so many alcohol-related deaths again, and you can easily drink 4 cans of beer and drive, and then kill someone like that. It's easy as that. Yeah, cannabis again is much less potent than alcohol. So why isn't it legal? But again, because of trials and stuff like that, and how people would use it. Now, obviously we can all, well, not we, but how I say this, but we can obviously go to someone somewhere, I think, obviously, and buy it, obviously legally, and smoke it. Now, people say, oh, it's dodgy, it's dodgy kind. Now, yes, buying it as it currently is dodgy because it's unregulated. It's it's we don't know the source. We don't know what it's got in it. We don't know where it's coming from. So, this is why we currently class it as dodgy, because it's dangerous. But that would be the same, I guess, with tobacco. If tobacco was like weed these days, we wouldn't know where it's coming from. We don't know what it's got in it. But, we know with tobacco these days, we know what it's got in it. We know where it comes from. It's all government, and monetized, and it's all got strict regimes on how it should be done and produced. So if the government was to legalise cannabis as a smoking product, it would be, there'd be proper sources. It would be properly. It wouldn't be none of this third-party grown stuff. It would be proper. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would be, and because it would be proper, it means it would be more safer. So it would have less of these other chemicals which are unnecessary. It would just be as pure and natural as it can, just like tobacco. It would be as natural and as well. And I know it's got loads of crap in it anyway. It's got fuel. It's got whatever in tobacco as it is, but it's much better than it would be if it was a third-party tobacco. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously it's more trusted. So that's another point there. It would be even better quality than it is now, which would make less problems. But I think here's the thing: if it was to be legalised, the government could tax it, and they get loads more money. I'm not going to personally say whether I'd smoke it or not smoke it, because I don't know whether it would be legal or not, so I'm not really want to say it. But the government could tax it. They could get loads of extra money income from it as well. And the thing as well, it would deter more. It would deter all the crime of people buying it. And buying it would stop all this crime of people selling it and everything like that. And if they did make it legal, bring the price down of it, and it'd probably be like the price of, say, normal cigarettes and stuff like that as well. And a lot of people would smoke it. I mean, it's a big, it's a big thing. It's a big talked about topic these days, and it also has a lot of stuff surrounding it. So I think, oh, look at this guy. So there's a lot of stuff on the smoking side of it. But I think personally though, in the future it should be legalised. But obviously, I know more research and stuff needs to be done. But I think personally, if it was monitored properly, and it was grown properly, then it would it would be better. It would be better than it currently is. And again, if you talk about the medical side as well, it helps people with like joint problems and like stress and like muscle tensions, and it has a whole helpful benefits for that side of it. Whereas tobacco and alcohol contains, I know they say one like, cup of wine a month or something like helps bring down some heart rate or something. You know what I mean? But generally though, if you have that's just 1 cup a month. Like generally though, if you have a lot of it, it's not good for you. Just like tobacco, where cannabis, used in the right way or form, will contain a lot less. Now, if you talk about the medical side of it, we're talking about the hemp oil. Now, obviously, like I said, in certain states, it's obviously legal, and obviously, it does help children. And I've watched a few documentaries on YouTube of where this family had to they had to move from a state. They saved up all their money, and they moved from a different state because the state they're in wasn't legal, and they had to travel, to another state, move, completely change their whole life, get new friends, just to get hold of this medical hemp, medical marijuana, medical hemp oil, because that's what it is. It's the oil, isn't it, guys? Out the hemp seed. It's not the smoke in it. And it was a very interesting documentary. If I find it and if I remember, I'll put the link in the description. You go watch it. I think it's about half an hour, 40 minutes. I think it's very good. It's a very good it's a very good video. And they said showed the video of her and before, like when she had the party, she couldn't have bright balloons, and she couldn't like have stimulating things, because that's what would normally set off her seizures, because she had seizures. And after she started taking it, she was a lot better. She was young. She was only like 3-4 years old, 5 years old. She was young, but it helped. It saved her. It helped stop her seizures and stuff. And it's just amazing how far we've come to that stage already at this point, for it to be for it to work. And I think they really need to research, maybe not the smoking form, but they really need to consider, they really need to pump a lot of research into medical marijuana, because there's a lot of debate about it these days. And again, it just proved it helped that little girl, it stopped her seizures, but I know the parents were saying that it was expensive for the treatments. They saved all their money, they worked hard just to get the treatments for their daughter, because of there's no other way to turn. There's no other treatments for seizure. There's nothing else to turn to. I mean, well, what on earth are you supposed to do in this day? They wanted to stop her seizures. Even the parents said it was horrible seeing her have seizures, 6-7 times a day, and they stopped right down to maybe 1 a day or less than that. I can't remember. I watched it quite a while ago, but they stopped it like a lot. It just proves the benefits right there of medical. And it really needs looking at, guys. It really does. Again, in the future, I don't know what's going to happen, but I think that they really do need to do it, because I used to know, I heard of someone that used to smoke it because they had, not know someone, but my old neighbour where I used to live, he used to smoke the cannabis, and we used to smell it in the garden. And he had like joint problems and stuff. He was older, and I think he had. I think we used to speak to him, now and then, and he said, he used to have like really bad knees and like leg problems. And he says, he used to smoke a bit now and then. He said he used to just go away and help relax it. And he said it was the best thing. It was the only treatment, the only cure he could find and have. And he said he knew the risks of buying it, and he knew the risks of what it was. But he says, he even said to me, "There's no else to turn. What am I supposed to do? There's no other product. I don't want to be fed all these pills and just." I don't want to be taking painkillers every day. He just smokes a bit, now and then every day. And it just helps his, helps his legs and stuff. So I think it's a massive topic, guys. It really needs to be looked at. And they are slowly, doing, studies and stuff. But it really needs to be, researched. But as always, guys, my question is to you, because again, this is going about you guys involved, is do you think it should be legalized, again, in certain countries, but do you think it should be legalized, whether in the smoking form or the medical form? Again, I'm personally all for the medical form, the medical, oil form, or even the smoking form for people who have joint problems, but let me know in the comments, guys. Do you think it should be legalized, medical or non-medical, smoking or non-medical? Would it solve problems? Would it solve you know, like illegal selling of it, you know, would it basically solve problems? And another question is, would you smoke it if it is illegal? You know, would you take medical if you need it? But yeah, let me know, guys, in the comments. So as always, guys, thank you for watching. Like I said, final score is 52-12. So as always, guys, thanks for watching.